Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are going to be taking a look at something really awesome, and it is what I like to call the rhythm lock. Now, as the name suggests, this is a combination lock that not only relies on the combination in which you hit the buttons, but also relies on the time in which you hit them, making it much more difficult to crack and also a lot more fun to use. So let's take a closer look at it. So the way that I have got this one set up is that we have to hit this button, then this one, and then this one, but also we have to do it to this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I want you all to count along with me here. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we should see that we get ourselves an output, nice and easy. Just to prove that I'm not pulling your leg, I am now going to do this one out of rhythm. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can see that the light doesn't turn on, and also if you spam these very quickly, the light also doesn't turn on. So it entirely relies on your rhythm as well as the combination in which you hit the buttons, which I think is really cool. As far as the redstone is concerned, it is fairly large, but also really simple, so you won't have any trouble building it. The reason that it is quite big is because we've had to make space for all of these repeaters, which each one corresponds to one beat. If we take a look at this first button here, we get the old 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern, and then this one in the middle has got the shortest delay, which means we hit that button last, and this one has got a middle delay, which means that we hit it on beat number 3. Now, the number of beats and also the combination are fully customizable. I'll explain all of that in the tutorial, so let's crack on. So you want to get things started with a 3x10 area, and the first thing that we are going to be doing is of course placing down all of our buttons just like that. Then behind each one of your buttons you just want to place a dropper, not a dispenser, a dropper facing upwards with a hopper running down into it just like that. And then into each one of your hoppers you just want to place some item. It doesn't have to be a diamond, it can be any item that you like, and then out of each of these hoppers you just want to place a comparator just like that. Then you want to go behind each of your comparators and place 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 blocks just like that all the way along, and they are going to be running into a block at the end with a redstone torch on top, and then 3 blocks along like this and redstone dust here, and that is going to make up your AND gate. So this little torch at the end is going to be your output that will only turn on when you get your combination correct. Now it's time to set your combination, and this is where things get a little bit more complicated. The first thing you need to know is that the one with the longest delay is the button that you are going to hit first, and the one with the shortest delay is the button that you are going to hit last. So say we wanted this button to be first, we will grab our repeaters and put them all to max ticks. Now we have space for 5 beats here, a beat being 1 full repeater. If we hit this button here, we should see 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now because this one is on 5 beats and this is the first button that we want to press, that means that these two have to fit within 5 beats. So say we want this middle one to have 3 beats on it. We want to hit this button when the beats reach 3. It's really hard to explain, but you just want to place 3 repeaters, each one of them with 4 ticks, and that will give us 3 beats just like that. Now when we press this last button, this is going to be the last button that we press, we want that to come on pretty quickly because it is going to be on the 5th beat. So what we want to do is just place 3 repeaters like that, but with no ticks to them. So we should see that if we give this a tester, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all of these turn off at once and our redstone torch turns on. But what if we want a rhythm that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Then that means that we need to remove a beat from this one. And that may sound a little bit odd, but going back to the fact that all of these need to turn off at once, if we are going to be hitting this 1 beat later, then that means that we need this to turn off at the same time, which means that we need to remove a beat from the system. So I'm going to do that by placing this little piece of redstone dust, and we should see that when we hit these in the correct order and at the right rhythm, that torch at the end will turn off. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we should see that yes, the torch has turned off. That is how the beats work. It is quite hard to understand, and if you want me to upload a world download with pretty much all of the combinations for different beats, then that would be fine by me. But anyway, now we are going to crack on with doing the little output circuit that I have here. Now this part that I'm about to show you is completely optional. We already have an output from this torch, but this just allows us to use it a little bit more freely, giving us a constant output like the one that you saw over there, and it uses an RS Snorlatch array, which allows us to have a reset button as well. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to go 2 blocks along from your dropper and place a dropper facing in this direction, and then another one facing back into it, just like that. And then you want to go over to your new button, this is the new reset button, and you want to create this sort of L shape here with 2 repeaters running into that block. It has to be running into the block, not the dropper, otherwise it won't work. But now you just want to throw an item into one of these droppers, and you have already created a bit of your RS Snorlatch. And finally, you want to head over to your redstone torch, place 2 blocks up like this with redstone dust on top, that will take an output, and then you want to run blocks along like this, and up like that next to your dropper with redstone dust on the top, and that is your RS Snorlatch done. But you do have to take an output from it, so you want to place a block here with a comparator that should turn on, and then a block up like this with redstone torch off to the side or on top. But then that is you all done. That is the output for the combination lock. So we should see that if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we get ourselves a redstone output. But then this is our reset button, so if we do want to reset it, then we just hit this button and you can see that turns off. It's all working well. I apologise that some of my explanations in this video have been a little bit rough and ready. It really is difficult to explain some of the mechanics that are being used here, so I would suggest downloading the world if you do want to take a closer look at it. But if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.